A trader just lost $50,000 in 30 seconds. Not because of market analysis, not because of bad news, but because of 4 simple words: I need it back. Today, I'll show you why 90% of traders fail emotionally, and the 3 psychological rules that separate millionaire traders from broke dreamers. If you've ever felt your heart racing while watching your portfolio bleed red, or felt that unstoppable urge to chase a loss, you're not alone. Emotional discipline in trading isn't just important, it's everything. And by the end of this video, you'll have the exact framework that transformed amateur traders into consistent profit machines. Meet Sarah and Mike. Both started trading with $10,000. Same broker, same education, same market conditions. But 6 months later, Sarah had grown her account to $25,000, while Mike had blown through 3 different accounts and was down to his last $500. The difference? Sarah mastered what I call the emotional edge, the ability to make decisions based on logic, not feelings. Mike? He was a slave to his emotions, making every classic mistake that destroys trading accounts. But here's the thing, Mike wasn't stupid. He actually knew more technical analysis than Sarah. The problem was his emotions were driving the bus while his brain was stuck in the passenger seat. Sound familiar? Here's what nobody tells you about trading psychology. When you're in a losing trade, your brain releases the same stress hormones as when you're being chased by a predator. Your amygdala, the fear center, literally hijacks your prefrontal cortex, which is where rational decisions happen. This is why you can spend hours analyzing charts, have a perfect trading plan, but the moment you're down $500, you throw it all out the window and start revenge trading. The statistics are brutal. 80% of day traders lose money in their first year. 95% fail within 5 years. But it's not because they can't read charts or identify trends. It's because they never learn to control the 6-inch space between their ears. So how do you build emotional discipline in trading? I've broken it down into 3 non-negotiable pillars that every successful trader masters. Pillar 1, the pre-market ritual. Sarah never touched her trading platform without first completing her 10-minute pre-market ritual. Every single day, without exception, she'd review her trading plan, set her risk parameters, and most importantly, she'd visualize both winning and losing scenarios. This isn't new age nonsense. Olympic athletes do this. Navy SEALs do this. When you mentally rehearse handling losses, your brain doesn't go into panic mode when they actually happen. You've already lived through the experience. Here's your homework. Before you place a single trade tomorrow, write down exactly how much you're willing to lose and what you'll do if that happens. Not when you're in the trade, before you enter it. Pillar 2, the 5-second rule. This changed everything for Mike once he learned it. Whenever he felt the urge to deviate from his plan, whether to cut profits early or hold losses too long, he had to wait exactly 5 seconds and ask himself, is this my trading plan talking or my emotions? Neuroscience shows us that initial emotional impulses last about 90 seconds. By creating this pause, you give your rational brain time to regain control. 5 seconds might not sound like much, but it's the difference between a $500 loss and a $5,000 disaster. The best part? This works for entering trades too. See a hot tip on social media? 5-second rule. FOMO kicking in on a crypto pump? 5-second rule. Your emotions want immediate action. Your bank account wants you to pause. Pillar 3, the position sizing psychology. Here's where most traders get it backwards. They think position sizing is about money management. Wrong. Position sizing is about emotional management. If you're risking so much that a loss would ruin your week, you're not trading, you're gambling. Sarah never risked more than 2% of her account on any single trade. Not because she was scared, but because she understood that when your survival brain kicks in, you make terrible decisions. Mike was risking 20% per trade. Every position was do or die. No wonder he was making emotional decisions. His brain thought he was literally fighting for survival. Let me share 3 real examples that prove this works. Example 1. The revenge trader James lost $3,000 on Tesla calls and immediately jumped into Amazon puts to get even. Classic revenge trading. But instead of doubling down again when Amazon moved against him, he used the 5-second rule. He paused, recognized the emotion, and closed the position at a small loss instead of a catastrophic one. Result? He saved himself from turning a bad day into a career-ending disaster. Example 2. The FOMO fighter Lisa saw Bitcoin pumping 15% and felt that familiar urge to jump in. Old Lisa would have thrown her entire account at it. New Lisa used her pre-market ritual framework. She had already decided she would only chase moves if they fit her technical setup and her risk parameters. Bitcoin kept pumping another 10%, but 2 days later, it crashed 25%. Lisa slept peacefully while FOMO traders lost their shirts. Example 3. The profit protector David was up $2,000 on a swing trade, his biggest winner ever. His emotions were screaming, "Take profits now." But his trading plan said to hold until his technical target. He used the 5-second rule, recognized it was fear talking, and held the position. Final result? $4,500 profit instead of $2,000. Emotional discipline literally doubled his gains. Now let's make this practical. Here are 5 strategies you can implement starting tomorrow. Strategy 1. The emotion journal. Track your emotional state before, during, and after each trade. You'll start seeing patterns. Maybe you trade poorly when you're tired, or you take excessive risks after arguments. Awareness is the first step to control. Strategy 2. The risk alarm. Set alerts at your maximum loss level. Not just stop losses, but actual alarms that force you to step away from your computer. When emotions run high, having a system force good behavior is crucial. Strategy 3. The buddy system. Find an accountability partner. Someone who can spot when your emotions are driving decisions before you can. Sometimes we're too close to see our own patterns. Strategy 4. The meditation minute. 1 minute of deep breathing before opening your trading platform. It sounds simple, but it primes your brain for rational thinking instead of emotional reacting. Strategy 5. The success visualization. Spend 2 minutes every morning visualizing yourself, following your trading plan perfectly, regardless of outcomes. Your brain will start automatically following the script you've rehearsed. Before we wrap up, let me warn you about the 3 emotional discipline mistakes that still trip up experienced traders. Mistake 1. Perfectionism. Trying to be emotionally perfect. You're human. You'll have emotional trades. The goal isn't to eliminate emotions. It's to recognize them and have systems in place to manage them. Mistake 2. The fake it approach. Pretending you're not emotional when you clearly are. If your hands are shaking and your heart is racing, acknowledge it. Emotional suppression makes things worse, not better. Mistake 3. All or nothing thinking. One emotional mistake doesn't mean you're a failure. Recovery is part of the process. Sarah had plenty of emotional trades in her first months. She just got better at recognizing and correcting them quickly. Here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, implement just one of these strategies. Pick the one that resonated most with you. Don't try to change everything at once. That's a recipe for failure. If this video helped you see trading psychology differently, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications. I'm sharing the exact strategies that separate profitable traders from the 95% who fail, and you won't want to miss a single video. And here's a question for you. What's the biggest emotional mistake you've made in trading? Share it in the comments. Sometimes talking about our failures is the first step to overcoming them. Remember, the market doesn't care about your emotions, but your profits sure do. Master your mind, master your money. I'll see you in the next video.